Rise and shine, kids. If you have been with us through this series, then you know that we have been spending the last few days around the Stowe and Woodstock area in Vermont. Last night we decided that we are ready to move on, so we are headed west into New York, and we are going to go to Niagara Falls today and check that area out, and then we're going to continue to head west into Pennsylvania and look for a place to camp around Lake Erie. I've done a little bit of research already. I know there's not a ton of options. We could always do like a Walmart or a Cracker Barrel or something, but it's not really our vibe unless we really have to. We'll be into the Great Lakes wine region there, so I think there should be plenty of wineries on Harvest Host. So that's what we are hoping for. I'm going to do some research and try and book something early this morning for tonight. If you're new here, thanks for joining us. I'm Trasa, my husband Albert, and I travel around the country in our 2023 Storyteller Overland Classic mode. If you are a returning viewer, then thanks for coming back. I think we'll probably have one more video after this one in this series, and then we'll see what November brings. So again, we really appreciate you being here. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. All right, it's time to go. Hey, we made it to beautiful Niagara Falls, which can be traced all the way back to the end of the last glacier period more than 12,000 years ago. This is also the oldest state park in America. Niagara Falls is a New York state park that was established in 1885. I believe this was also a Native American reservation, but I'll have to do some more reading on that later. I did read that this park was designed by Frederick Olmsted, who's probably the most famous for Central Park in New York, although he designed lots of city and state parks in the area. But you can definitely see his vibe, his aesthetic. There's a lot of similarities between this park and Central Park. There are 3 waterfalls. The biggest, the Horseshoe Falls, also known as the Canadian Falls, and then the American Falls, and then the Bridalveil Falls. All of this water comes from 4 of the 5 Great Lakes. Lakes Superior, Michigan, Huron, and Erie all drain into the Niagara River and flow over the falls and empty into Lake Ontario. There's been quite a bit of study on the erosion that the falls cause, and in 1969, the Army Corps of Engineers actually shut off the American and Bridalveil Falls to study the effects of erosion. And that work later led to a treaty between Canada and the United States that allows the falls to be reduced each night to lessen the erosion. The natural beauty of the falls is awesome, but I'm also super excited to be here because I love all the history connected to the falls and in this area. One of my favorite people to read about is Nikola Tesla. He was such an interesting person. In the 1890s, Tesla joined with George Westinghouse to create the world's first major hydroelectric power plant right here, which worked because of Tesla's alternating current systems and his patents. They were able to power the city of Buffalo, which is 20 miles away, by 1896 and all the surrounding areas. And today, the power plants on each side of the border can together produce about 5 million kilowatts of electricity. I've been telling Albert that we have to come back to New York because I have loved this state. It's breathtaking. But I would also love some time to hang out around the Scenic Falls area and do my history nerd thing at the birthplace of the women's suffrage movement. Well, we drove all morning and we've spent quite a bit of time walking around this beautiful place, and now we're hungry, so we are going to head into Buffalo and get some original buffalo wings.
across the ocean. I was trying to hide from my emotions, but now they're here to confront. Breathing in my neck, they're catching up. Ooh, simple as that. Try to make things just don't work anymore. I can't fake it, I am hurt to the core. And they're catching up. I escape from every moment. My heart is wide open. Just I'm a stranger to my inside. It shows that I'm chasing the sun. That's the never-ending quest of my life. And the ghosts are always inches behind. Oh, breathing in my neck. Don't know what they want, but they're catching up nonetheless.
Good evening, guys. Hey, I've had too much fun today. So we got up early this morning at about 4:15. We dumped our gray tank, dumped our toilet, packed everything up, hit the road. We were driving by 4:45-ish or so. We left Vermont and headed west towards New York. Let me tell you, that drive through the Adirondacks and then through the rest of New York State, oh my gosh, absolutely beautiful. The colors in Vermont may have let us down a little bit, and the crowds and all of that may have disappointed us a bit, but man, did New York bring us right back up. So we stopped at Niagara Falls and went and looked at the falls and did that for a little bit. Then we went into Buffalo, and of course we had to go have the original buffalo wings at the Anchor. That was a fun place to go. They're very nice, and it was good food and a good time. So we got a harvest host at a winery, and we did a wine tasting, and it's beautiful here. So, and we're right across the street from Lake Erie. You can't see it, of course, but it's just right there. I think tomorrow we'll just get up whenever we get up. We're not going to set an alarm. And then we are going to head west again. We're going to stop at a few beaches on the lake along the way and find another harvest host somewhere in Ohio, maybe around Columbus, so that we can kind of take a slow day tomorrow. I can't wait for this to be a full-time gig. I haven't known what day it was. I haven't known the time. I'm just enjoying life out here on the road, and I cannot wait for this to be full-time. I wish we could find a way to make it happen quicker.